I was thinking about lists last night because, like, I'm doing the whole list on Thursday, technically Friday most days. And I mean, I've got a few written down, but this one came to mind and was like, you know what? This is one I kind of want to just go ahead and upload now. And the one I've got now is, you can tell, is the top 10 moments I've experienced live as a wrestling fan. I can't tell you how many shows I've been to. Can I know I've been to 2 Arnold conventions with NXT, and I'm going to say at least like a dozen wrestling shows. Okay, I've got the list. 14 wrestling shows I've been to. So, I've been to a few. Not a lot, but a few. And so, I think I have enough to make a top 10 list. The thing is, I don't really have any, like, honorable mentions because, like, there were just enough 10 that, like, stood above everything else. So, number 10, seeing Daniel Bryan wrestle live. The only time I've seen Bryan wrestle live was February 9th, 2015, Monday Night Raw. He was in a tag match with Roman against Big Show and Kane. I couldn't tell you the finish, but it was the fact that I got to see Bryan wrestle live. Because I went to a SmackDown June of 2014, but of course he was hurt, so I didn't get to see him there. And that bummed me out, but I went to this Raw in 2015 just to see Daniel Bryan, and luckily I did because he would retire about a year later. And that sucks, but happened. Number 9, on the same lines, seeing CM Punk wrestle live. I only saw Punk wrestle live once. I saw him fight in the UFC for the first and so far only time, but I've only seen him wrestle once. That was my first show, September 5th, 2011, Monday Night Raw. He wrestled R-Truth in a throwaway nothing match in the middle of the show. Punk, no, he wasn't even WWE champion. WWE was champion at the time. But still, yeah, Punk in a match that meant nothing in the middle for all. Story of Punk's career. But I was just so into that match, and it was the greatest thing. Number 8, this is just from last year, I think. Arnold, or not the Arnold, but the NXT Columbus show. Like, I think it was the 3rd, March 3rd last year. Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance, just that music hit and that place went nuts. Like, that was probably the most dead NXT crowd that's been through Columbus. But then, like, as soon as I'm just trying to, like, this isn't the best lighting, but it's, I don't know. The glare in my glasses is annoying me, but the place went nuts as soon as Shinsuke's music hit. Well, actually, I think Bobby Roode came out before him, so, like, of course everybody went nuts for Glorious. Then Shinsuke's was on, like, just a little bit higher of a level than Bobby, and it was just amazing. 7, along the same lines as Shinsuke, Ring of Honor Flying High 2014, March 2nd. Poster's right above me, so I cannot tell you the exact date. When Kevin Steen, now known as Kevin Owens, music hit. Kevin Owens was a big reason I was a big ROH fan at the time. I still am a big ROH fan, not as big though, just because reasons, I guess. I hate how they do their TV to the pay-per-view, like their TV taping schedule's awful. But back then I was still big into Ring of Honor, and Kevin Steen came out. Like, he was the main reason I watched weekly and seeing him come out was amazing. Number 6, from July 4th, 2016, the Beat Up John Cena promo. Now, a lot of this is a throwaway, but it's also kind of a meme now with, like, anybody. Like, it just beat up John Cena. That promo that the club was great. Talking about every holiday. Like, and then beat up John Cena. Carl Anderson brought up the hot Asian wife for the first time. Like, in WWE. That was hilarious. It was a fun, I love that promo. Number 5, same show. Again, these like 2 keep having like a very, like every 2 are kind of related to each other. I think that ends here, but July 4th, Independence Day, 2016, once again, Zack Ryder getting the victory in the main event for like the 10-man tag team for like the USA versus like everybody else team. Zack's one of my favorites. Again, I got tickets to this show just because I bought Zack's new shirt and I wanted to wear it to a show. And plus, I wanted to see AJ Styles in the club wrestle live, but it was that. And then Zack Ryder, the chance to see him right after his new shirt came out. So I got tickets. Never expected Zack Ryder to be in the main event. Never expected him to win the main event. My reactions on my channel, I'll probably link it. It was, again, it's top 5 moments I've been live or as a fan, so like, it's insane that I got to see that. Zack's one of my favorites of all time. It's not shown on the list, but he really is. And I was just so happy. It's shown on the wall. But yeah. Number 4. Just looking down at the ring. For John Cena versus Kevin Owens 2. Favorite of all time. Favorite at that time. Clashing. I got to see it. And it was a great match. And I was just so happy to see that. It was seriously one of the best moments. The arena, the electric, that's probably the like loudest I've ever been in a big arena. Like NXT is so confined that like it was really loud, but like that was just huge for a big arena. Number 3, Matt Taven pointing me out, the crowd at Ring of Honor, Winter Warriors 2015. Yeah, it was 2015. I'm a big Kingdom fan. I have been since the days they started. I was at one of the first times that Cole and Bennett tagged together, Flying High, the year before, and then March 20, or it was February. No, it was January 31st, I think, 2015. Because Super Bowl was the next day, and I remember that just because Bennett, Taven, New England guys, they're big Patriots fans, and the Patriots, that was the Deflategate Super Bowl, and they won, of course, but a big Kingdom fan, so I was wearing the red shirt when we got there. I, of course, went to the merch stand, bought the purple shirt, had to put it on, because I'm a Kingdom mark, and I like purple, so I had to put it on. So I'm wearing it. It's a match between Bennett and Tommaso. Screw Tommaso. But then, like, Bennett's got the ref tied up. Maria smacked Tommaso like he was on the second rope. And Taven just turns around. He's like, yeah! Throws up the 4s. And I'm sitting like, there's like 4 or 5 rows of seating. And then I'm standing behind them. And I'm like, yeah! He's like, you! Nice shirt! And that was like, I didn't care what happened in the rest of the match. I know it got turned into a tag with Tommaso and Hanson versus the Kingdom. I'm pretty sure the Kingdom lost, but I was still Cloud9. Didn't care. Then after, Matt Taven, like, was walking out to get something to eat. He, like, came over, patted me on the back. Then, like, he walked back when he was going to the locker room. He was like, thank you for your support. And just, I was like, in the moment, I didn't think to ask for a picture. I wanted to so bad, though. Like, now I'm like, I wish I would have. Number 2, walking into my first show, seeing the ring, like, I was amazed. I was like, this ring is huge. Like, and just seeing the stage, how big the stage actually is. It was like, wow, this is amazing. And I've been to 13 since then, and then 2 Arnolds to meet wrestlers. Haven't looked back. Now, if you think about that, like, the first show was September 5th, 2011. Like, that's 14 that time's not a lot, but there was a 3-year gap where I didn't, 2 and a couple months, 2 and almost a half year gap, to where I didn't go to one till January of 2014 again. But then I've been going consistently since then. But of course, haven't gone since last March, but I'm gonna inflate the hell out of that total come April. But just that feeling of straight chills, and like, I'm not getting chills thinking about it, but like, I'm getting excited thinking about it again. Number 1, where I'm gonna get chills again. Triple H's speech before the the first NXT show outside of Florida. I remember when this got announced, I was beyond happy. I was like, yo, NXT's my I think I've talked about it a lot on here. But if I had to pick like one type of wrestling to watch, it would be gritty, developmental. And I'm not talking about NXT now, or even NXT then, and like through 2014 still, but like not 2015 NXT, like that peak. I'm talking about like 2012 to 14 NXT. I'm talking about Florida Championship Wrestling, Deep South. Like, I love gritty developmental wrestling. I was still a big fan of NXT at the time, don't get me wrong. They had Bayley, Charlotte, Kevin, of course, Finn, Hideo, the Vaudevillains. They had so much talent on that roster. Like, look, that thing's got Bayley, Finn, Sammy autographs on there, Enzo, Cass, Tyler Breeze, Kalisto, Sasha, Bliss, Blake, Murphy, Baron Corbin, Neville. That roster was stacked at the time, and I loved it. And so, of course, I had to get tickets when it came. I wanted the $100 VIP that got you front row. Had a meet and greet with Flair, Ryback, and Big Show. I didn't even care about the meet and greet part of it. Like, it would have been a bonus. I just wanted that front row. And, like, that was going to be my Easter present for the year. But everything pretty much, except standing room, sold out within, like, minutes. So, of course, I got GA tickets, and that became that. But then, Triple H started off the show. And I'm getting chills thinking about it again. Like, it was just, I've got to link it because I can't do it justice. It was the greatest promo I've ever witnessed live, and it's a moment I will never forget. Now, are the odds high that that gets bumped down to number 2? And this list gets readjusted. That's what I was going for. After New Orleans, I would put I'd bet 100% that I'm going to readjust this list. I'd put it highly that I'm probably going to put walking into the Superdome on Sunday with and seeing Mania for the first time, or like the whole setup of Mania for the first time, will probably be number one. Yeah, that's this video. This has gone pretty long, but they're stories I'm passionate about, so that's that. But I will see you guys Monday, I guess.